Start.
Good afternoon, all. I am from BNN channel, reporting from Pala, Kottayam, which is in Kerala. Hello, am I audible, sir?
Yes,
Which is
yes,
in
I audible.
which is in Kerala. Talking about Kottayam, first of all, I am talking about Kottayam district. As you all know, Kottayam is one of the best districts in Kerala, and it is a heartthrob of Kerala. And Kottayam is the only district in India which is totally free from poverty. Kottayam shot into limelight as the native center of all literacy and cultural activities. Kottayam stands first in the place of education, printing, and book publication. These are the highlights of Kottayam district. Now I'm speaking from Pala, which is near to Kottayam district. See, this place is really beautiful. It is rich with its beauty. Talking about Pala, Pala is the main Christian cultural centers in Kerala. Population of Pala is predominantly Syrian Christians. And the population of population of Pala is 22,460, and it is high with its literacy rate. It has an average literacy rate of 98%, which means that both men and women are getting equal opportunities in the field of education. And another interesting fact that I have heard about Pala is that till now Pala have only two MLAs. The reason is simple, because K. Mani was the backbone of Pala. Since it became a legislative, Pala had only one result, K. Mani as the winner. The reason was very simple, because he contributed a lot to the Pala. During 1990s, Pala wasn't much developed, but now Pala is very developed, and still it is developing. It is only because of K. Mani, who was the backbone of our place. So, and also I have heard that tapioca, beef, and pork are the weakness of the people in Pala. For more details, I have Ashish with me, who is a native. Let's talk to him. Hello, Ashish.
Hello.
Please talk about Pala.
Okay. Talking about Pala, first of all, our major agricultural products are tapioca and rubber. It's a major source of our income. And our most preferred food items are tapioca and meat. Generally, old Christian ladies wear traditional clothing called chatta and mundu. Pala has met an incomparable changes since a long time, and it's still changing. These changes can be felt when you approach Pala. We have high-tech roads, infrastructure, and buildings everywhere, hospitals, film theaters, and we even have a stadium. And in short, Pala is throbbing with life. And all these developments were only made possible because of Mani sir.
Okay, Ashish, thank you so much for contributing your thoughts. It means a lot for our channel too. So actually, this melts my heart. He told that still his grandmother is wearing chatta and moon. Though the Pala is developed now, they are still keeping their traditions with us. It really sounds good, and the way he spoke about Manisar was really touching. Pala is developed now, and still it is developing. Pala has met and very rapid change. It's only because of him. The today's Pala was the result of blood, sweat, and tears of the great leader K. Mani. Hope you all got some ideas about Pala. That's all. I am signing out. Bye.
Okay, next team 2, Mithun.
Yes, next team, quick.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Midun, start.
Okay. Good afternoon, viewers, and welcome to this special series on village reporting on your channel. In today's episode, I will be sharing to you about the story of Chettupada village, which I am a part of. It is located in the town of Chanasheri, which is in the Kottayam town, Kottayam district. The village is a place of scenic beauty with a great calm peacefulness to it, with no extreme climatic conditions, with a cool weather. The people are living in a harmonious way, in a great sense of
brotherhood, and the crime rate of the area is near to 0%. The food culture and the tradition of the village is closely intertwined with the Christian and Kerala tradition. Since majority of the people in this area are following the Christian belief, the culture and mindset of the people are formed by this belief. Even though majority of the people in the area are following the Christian belief, the Christians here mainly respect and understand other cultures and religion, and they celebrate the festivals and feasts of other religions as well. Food styles and other local traditions are similar to what is being followed in other parts of Kerala, and there is only a minor change to the culture and tradition right here in Kottayam district when compared to other areas of Kerala. The population of the village is around 25,000 as per the latest census data. The people love to live in a community and help others when in need. And also coming to the economic situation of the village, we can almost say that all the people here are having a decent income level to sustain their livelihood. The people below the poverty line are very negligible, and the main reason for that is the fact that the literacy rate is close to 100% in this area, as this can also be observed in other parts of Kerala as well. Not only in the basic education level, most of the people are very highly educated. And coming to the nature of the economy, most of the people in the village are doing the blue collar jobs like manufacturing and in the service sector. Even the daily wage laborers are earning a good daily wage and leading good lives. As most of you are aware, the basic wage rate in Kerala is very high compared to other states in Kerala, India. And most of the people are doing the jobs in other part of Kerala and India. Also, people go to many other places in Kerala and abroad for their education as well. Coming to the basic facilities, there are loads of it, and the village has good roads connecting the old areas. We have a St. Thomas Specialty Hospital nearby, which is very renowned across Kerala. And also there is a SP College, which is 150-year-old institution, which got the status of autonomous body. And I am an alumni of that college. And it has kindled the spirit of knowledge to a lot of people, including Sri Umman Chandi, the former CM of Kerala. And also we have a Christi Jyoti group of schools nearby, which provide a great learning vehicle to the students. And also there are many other government schools and hospitals in the village. Also the other basic facilities like electricity and water supply are also available to almost everyone in the village. So let me now talk about the turning point in the evolvement of the village. It happened when Saint Kuriakose Elias Chavara founded the monastery in Chettupuzha. Before the establishment of monastery, the village was very undeveloped and very lessly populated area. And after the establishment of monastery and the various schools and colleges along the area, the village got developed very fast. And now it is a very developed area with a lot of employment opportunities and other facilities. The village has a calm to it because it is not in the center of the city. The main city near the area is in Chaganasheri, which is 2-3 kilometers away from the village. So we can have all the facilities of the city, which is very close to us. Also, we have the serenity and calmness of the village because we are not in the middle of the city. And also, there is a main tourist attraction in the village, which is called the Parail Marian Shrine. It is a church dedicated to Holy Mother. And since it is dedicated to Holy Mother and it is very ancient, many people across India and Kerala come to visit this tourist destination, which is now being renovated with a budget of 100 crores. And coming also, let me conclude by talking about the COVID situation in the village. Even though initially the people and the administration were a bit of struggling to deal with the COVID situation, they were able to overcome the situation very easily, and the death rate and spread of the disease was controlled in a good way. and also the death rate was controlled. Even though the people were suffered initially in the economical and mentally, now they are overcoming it through their grit and hard work and determinism. With that, this is a brief. I am concluding this brief report on my village, and hope that this gave some insight on about the village to all of you. And thank you for tuning into our channel, and hope you visit our village soon and enjoy the beauty over here. Thank you.
Okay, good. Next team.
Thank you, Mithun. Next is Alan Augustine.
Then you can go shift to next team if they are not ready.
I'm here, sir.
Yes.
Sir, first of all, I'm sorry because I love to really show my village, but so there is some background noise going behind, so I just put a photograph. This is the photograph which I took from my terrace of my house. So this shows actually what my village is. I'm going to say about my village. It is known as it is known as Nirugandam. Nirugandam is the one of the we can say that it is the kingdom of spices. So it is in the district of Idukki, that is in Kerala. As you all know, Idukki is the one of the most beautiful villages in the country. It is a high, hilly and mountainous area with a lot of lush green surroundings, exotic locations, fresh air, and a very excellent climate. The average temperature in this area is like to be between 24 degrees Celsius to 28 degrees Celsius, which means we don't have to use any kind of fan or AC or any air cooler. We can sit simply here. That kind of climate we are having here. And this place is located in the Western Ghats of Kerala. Western Ghats of the Western Ghats of Kerala. It is located in an elevation of 2,500 feet above the sea level, which means it is a very high area. This area, my village, which is situated, is also near to the Kerala-Tamil Nadu border. There are many locations from where we can see Tamil Nadu, different parts of Tamil Nadu from the hilltop. So about the income, the major source of income in my village is agriculture itself. The major crops, 75% of people rely on agriculture itself for their living. The major crops that we grow here is the spices like cardamom, pepper, clove, and also beverage crops like tea, coffee, then other tropical plants like rubber, cocoa, and coconut. So as I said, my village, with my village where I am staying is a very hilly and mountainous area. The area in which my village is located is particularly known as the Cardamom Hills. The Cardamom Hills is a vast area. The why it is called Cardamom Hills because it is a large area of extensive cardamom cultivation. So a large amount of cardamom is cultivated, processed, and exported to different parts of the world from this area. It is one of the major cardamom growing areas in the country. I think it is the second exporter after Guatemala in the case of export of global cardamom. So it is generally known as the Cardamom Hills, and also this area is known as the high range in Kerala. So about the history, I say
Yes, enough. Jacob, move on to next because some issues.
Yes, okay, sir.
Okay, Alan.
Okay, thank you, Alan.
Place. 100 years back, all this area were from nearby. Okay.
Next is Thomas. Sir.
Yes, Thomas, start.
Yes, sir. In the session, I want to show you something. I will just a minute. Can you see a mountain in the top of that? The end of the scenery. Can you see a mountain?
Yeah, I am unable to
go-
see
Thomas,
anything,
your
Thomas.
video is not visible. Can you just try switching it off and then turning it on?
You can use the
What
back
is
side camera
I
in your
think so.
phone.
Some network issue might be there.
Okay, we can move to the next fifth one, fourth one we'll do later on.
Okay, next one is Ayush.
Yes. Ayush?
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Ah, yes, nice. Proceed.
So you can hear me properly,
Yes,
right?
yes, yes. I am able to hear.
Okay, sir. So very good afternoon to one and all present here. I'm reporting live from Sitapura, Jaipur. So basically, before going deep into regarding the people, tradition, and culture of Sitapura people, let's get to know about the history of Sitapura. So basically, Sitapura is an industrial area which was built in 1990. At that time, renowned industries discussed and decided to create a powerful organization which can help the industries in dissolving their various problems at ground level and at department level regarding the area's development, clearance, fundamental structures, principally facilities, interruptions, red tapism, etc. So that's why renowned industry built up Sitapura Industries Association with a powerful, efficient, prominent organization in 26th April 1996 so that this area can grow speedily and safely. Now coming to the people of Sitapura, so they have tough and rugged appearance, but they are cheerful and friendly on the inside. Most of these brown skinned people are charm and win the hearts of the people and with lovely smiles and warm hospitality. So basically, in case if you visit their house and they will not let you go out of the house, despite being poor, they will offer you water. So that kind of hospitality that people provide here.
Yes,
now
yes.
talking about
Proceed.
now talking about the clothing, so basically here tradition is all about men wear turbans and while women wear gagra choli, and people prefer to wear dazzling bright colored attires in the uh, in colors like red, yellow, green and orange. And talking about the language, here basically Hindi is being spoken with an Rajasthani accent, whereas in Rajasthan, Marwadi is an official language and basically the most common language being used by the people of Sitapura. Now, coming to the most attractive place in Sitapura is basically an organization which is named as Akshapat. So basically, it is an NGO which is being regulated by the people who want to, whose main aim is to eradicate two crucial issues: hunger and malnutrition in India, by implementing the midday meal program in government and non-government aided schools. So basically, it is not only popular in India, especially in the world. In 2017, Mr. Bill Clinton, former president of United States, visited Akshay Patra and also the schools, and he was very impressed and inspired by the people of them. So basically, I am Ayush Amjo resigning from the Sitapura, Jaipur. Thank you. Stay safe. Stay healthy.
Okay, nice. You are not showing anybody from there. Ayush,
Yes, sir.
anybody is nearby? Anyone is nearby?
No, sir. Actually, I'm very in kind of highway area.
Oh, so some of the vehicles, some of the people is moving here and there.
No, sir. No one is here actually.
Oh, nice. Some sound is coming nicely. Vehicle is going. Your vehicle
Highway.
only.
Yes, sir. Only I'm actually standing nearby the highway.
Okay, okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good.
Thank you, sir.
Next team. Good. Nice. Jacob, you can go to sixth team.
7th, yeah, 16. So Cyrus
Yes,
is representing.
Cyrus. Okay, come on, Cyrus.
Hello, am I audible, sir?
Yes, Cyrus, I am able to see.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Very good afternoon to all. I'm reporting live from Brahmawar in Udupi district.
Cyrus, your camera
Yeah.
is the opposite way.
What?
We can't see you. I think it's your mom. We can see your mom.
Why you and your mom is there? No issue. Let
Yeah.
them. Yes, yes.
Yeah, the camera was not turned the other side. Yes, 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 yes.
Yes, Cyrus. Now you are able to see.
Yeah. So yeah, very good afternoon to all. I'm reporting live from Brahmawar in Udupi district. Brahmawar is a taluk in Udupi district. Talking about Udupi district, it's quite famous for the heritage, that is the various historical Hindu temples. Also famous for the tourist place like Malpe Beach, which is the coastal place in Arabian Sea, which is close to the Arabian Sea. And also, if you might have heard about the Manipal University, right? So the root of the Manipal University is in the Udupi district. That is, the Manipal city is a part of Udupi district. The founder of Manipal University, that is Dr. T.M.A. Pai, is a localite of this Udupi district itself. So talking about this town, Brahmawar, yeah, Brahmawar, the word is derived from two words, that is Brahma and Vara. Brahma means, Brahma, as you all know, he's a Hindu god, and Vara in the local language, that is the Kannada, refers to blessing. So if you add it together, it means Brahma's blessing, and hence the name Brahmawara. Talking about this this town, it is growing rapidly. Which is located 13 kilometers north from the Udupi district and the Manipal city itself. 10 years ago, this place was like a dull. I mean, there was no. I mean, you can get all the necessary goods and services, but for any other stuff like your branded items, for the main hospitals, any showrooms, you had to travel to the main city, that is Manipal city or the Udupi city. But now, after the 10 years, after the reconstruction of the National Highway 66, as this town is connected to the National Highway 66 itself, the various opportunities has been grasped to this town. Around 3 CBSE schools have been developed in the past 10 years. Over population of 130, over 130 population has been counted. Then 3 private hospitals along with a government hospital is available in this local town. Okay. Right now you can see behind in this town, before we used to have a one-way road, but now currently in the last day it was sanctioned, and due to the COVID it was delayed. But right now, from the last previous month, they have started with the construction and is going effectively. Well, that's it about this town. Thank you.
Okay, good. Okay,
Next is
good,
Alphin.
Cyrus. Next, 7.
Alphin is next.
Yes, Alvin, you can. You are unmuted. Unmute yourself.
Yes, sorry. Yeah, first of all, I'm saying sorry because my area is in critical containment zone, so the police restricts unnecessary movements so that I can only have an option for a virtual background. So that's why I'm here. So I'm representing Team 7. On my background, you are watching a beautiful village in Kerala. Its name is Kolamar. So it's located in Idukki district, 50 kilometers apart from Thodupuzha, which is its neighbor town. It's an area, most attractive place in Idukki district, and it is geographically blessed and beautiful landscape in that area. And if you come here, we can enjoy the fresh air, freshness of the air, as well as the beauty of the mist. So one of the most important feature of the Kolamar is it's a part of Idukki hydroelectricity power project. It's one of the most important power project in India itself. It is funded by the Canadian governments in 1970s. And so the Idukki hydroelectricity power project consists of a 64 square kilometers in total vast area, and the Kolamar is the last one among them. From Kolamar, the pipes are constructed towards the Moolammattam power plant generation electricity generation power plant, and from there the electricity is generated and distributed among the most of the places in Kerala itself. So Kolamar creates a bridges for the construction of hydroelectric electric power project. And coming to the people of the most of the people are common rural people who are daily wages and and a big proportion of the population among them are tribal peoples who are living inside the forest itself. So they are also very low income group people, and all about the people about the Colombo district, and it's also it's a good place for the tourism, and we can see many more destinations with the viewpoints over here when we come here. And also some of the resorts are also built upon there, and slowly developing area over here. So about the public amenities, the Kendriya Vidyalayam of India, it is situated of the Idukki district, is situated in Colombo, and the students have a chance for getting a beautiful education with a beautiful climate over here. Even though these are all the facilities and the beautiful factors of the place, it's also lagging many kinds behind. The people are experiencing very bad kinds of undeveloped situation for the years over the years here.
Yes, I think some issues. Okay, Jacob, we can move on to next.
Okay, so yeah, I guess Alvin is back.
Okay, thank you, Alvin.
Okay. So next is
Team number 8.
Gokul.
Yes, sir. Very good afternoon. It's a news reporting. Reporting is a Yadamalapatipur village has been as a large residential neighborhood and extension to Tiruchirappalli in Tamil Nadu, India. Surrounded by KK Nagar and KK Nagar East, Karmandapam to West, Crawford, North, and Panchapur, South, and thus has areas such as hospitals, churches, and 4-mile schools, petrol stations, or etc. And then my shown thing. These are on the waterfall areas. This is on for a lake. These are only for using in agricultural farming areas. That's for another railway tracking is only one way for railway tracking as a two part of it. Agriculture is shifting cultivations and then commonly practiced in a profit. No more shading and rudimentary sedentary villages, livestock reaching commercial plantations. And then more number of people is on the major crops sown in Trichy Yadamalapatipur as a rice and jawar, rahi, bajra, maize, pulses. Few other crops that are highly cultivated in the region. In Tamil Nadu, cotton, sugarcane, tea, coffee, and other coconuts. That's all. Tamil Nadu is also gained commentated status is in agriculture sectors, is an agriculture department. The many certain people, more number of residences, banks and business people, teachers, clerical works, clerks, more number of people will be around in that. That it has been only for reaching a best temples, the Kaliman Koil temple, around festival times around 5,000 or 10,000 people will participate in their festivals and functions. That's all. Many people are falling in waterfalls and trees, banana trees. It seems Kaliman Kovil festivals is quite popular, and people's most overall are Trichy, Yadamalapatipur attend the festival celebrations where most people's diversities in our areas. These companies are Delta company is an around 100 and 500 acres will be around it in Delta companies or biscuits or oil products. That's an apartment is only for a big apartment. Is an one and only 100 floors. 100 floors and nearly 10,000 houses will be there in the apartment. That's around is on a small farm. There are many people around in 5,000 people. 5,000 people will be there in Yadamalapatipur villages. Many people, many areas it will be there in Arsa colony and Crawford, Pramsana colonies. It will be in many number of areas, and then areas will be there in 500 houses, and one house will be there in for many peoples. Nomadic headings. The most people are only for a banker, and business people, teachers, and clinical workers. One part of people is an teenage people. It can be an teenage people will be there in one thing as I shown. Yeah, yeah. Is in my area, then right? Is a teenage area, as then only for a is not there in the road, but other part of the areas will be there in the technical and racking road, but is there in a one and only teenage areas and teenage. It's not there in a road. These are small people, the small guys who are playing with any other activities and any other extracurricular. That's an small boys are will be teaching and around in a mechanic areas that's around this. There are many people are lacking areas that are around it. That's it.
Oh, nice.
Thank you.
What these kids are saying?
Sure, sir.
Go and interview one kid and ask what is
Sure, sir.
their life.
But, sir, we have a Tamil student, so we can manage it. Sure?
Yes.
Yeah, sure, sir. Tambi, come. சொல்லு.
நாங்க வந்து கிரிக்கெட் விளையாடுவோம். அதுக்கப்புறம் ஃபுட்பால் விளையாடுவோம், சைக்கிள் ஓட்டுவோம்.
நீங்க எல்லாம் எப்படி ஜாலியா இருக்கீங்க? எத்தனை பேர் இருக்கீங்க?
நாங்க மொத்தம் 5 பேரு. ஒன்னு கிஷன் அண்ணே, இன்னொரு ரோஹித் அண்ணே, இன்னொன்னு வந்து நானு, இன்னொன்னு வந்து நிதிஷ் அண்ணே, இன்னொன்னு வந்து சாருக். மொத்தம் 5 பேர் தான் விளையாடுவோம்.
அந்த அனதர் கை. நீங்க எப்படி இங்க இருக்க? எப்படி உங்க ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் எல்லாம் எப்படி இருக்காங்க?
நாங்களாம் ஜாலியா தான் இருப்போம். நாங்க எப்பயும் விளையாண்டு சைக்கிள் ஓடிட்டு.
நீங்க எப்பவுமே இப்படிதான் ஒண்ணா இருப்பீங்களா?
ஆமா.
சாப்பிட கூட வீட்டுக்கு எல்லாம் போவீங்களா இல்ல அதுக்கும் இப்படிதான் இந்த இப்படிதான் உட்கார்ந்து இருப்பீங்களா?
வீட்டுக்கு போவோம். வீட்டுக்கு சாப்பிட போவோம் நாங்க எல்லாருமே.
Okay, thank you.
What about their school life? They are not having school?
ஸ்கூல் பிடிச்சிருக்குமா இல்ல வீட்ல இருக்க பிடிக்குமா?
எப்பவே ஸ்கூல்ல இருக்கறதெல்லாம் பிடிக்கும். அப்படியே ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் கூட பேச முடியும்.
ஏன் ஸ்கூல் போனா படிக்க மாட்டியா? ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் கூட தான் பேசணுமா?
படிப்போம். அந்த சமயம் சாப்பாடு சாப்பிடும்போது அப்படியே பேசுவோம். பிடி பீரியட்லாம் பேசுவோம்.
ஓகே. எக்ஸாம்ஸ்ல எப்படி போயிட்டு இருக்கு? உனக்கு ஆன்லைன் கிளாஸ் பிடிச்சிருக்கா ஆஃப்லைன் கிளாஸ் பிடிச்சிருக்கா?
எனக்கு ஆன்லைன் கிளாஸ் தான் பிடிக்கும்.
ஏன்? நிறைய பேர் ஆஃப்லைன் கிளாஸஸ் தான் போகணும்னு ஆசைப்படுறாங்க. நீ ஆன்லைன் கிளாஸ் தான் பிடிக்கும்ங்கற?
ஆன்லைன் கிளாஸ் தான் ஜாலியா இருக்கும். அப்பயும் கொஞ்ச நேரம் மேம் அதுலயும் கொஞ்சம் பிடி பீரியட் மாதிரி அதுவும் இது இருக்கும். அப்ப இங்க வந்து சேட் பண்ணி போனாங்க மாத்தி.
ஓ, அதனாலதான் பிடிச்சிருக்கேங்கறியா? சரி, இப்போ நீ ஆஃப்லைன் கிளாஸஸ் போயிட்டு இருக்கியா? அதனால உனக்கு என்ன எப்படி இருக்கு? இது வரைக்கும் ஆன்லைன் கிளாஸ் போயிருப்ப. இப்போ உனக்கு
ஆஃப்லைன் கிளாஸ் எல்லாம் எப்பயும் எங்களுக்கு அந்த ஸ்கூல் சம்பந்தப்பட்டதெல்லாம் எல்லாம் அனுப்பிச்சு விட்டுட்டு தான் இருக்கு.
அதனால உனக்கு என்ன கிளாஸ் தான் ஆன்லைன் கிளாஸ் தான் பிடிச்சிருக்கு?
ஆன்லைன் கிளாஸ் தான் பிடிக்கும்.
அப்படியே எதுவும் இல்லாம ஓகே அடிக்கணும்.
Okay, good. Nice. So you are talking about online, offline. They are liking only online class, huh?
Yes, sir.
Yes, good.
Yes,
okay,
sir,
good. Google will move on to next.
So next is Alan.
Alan. Oh, Alan is once again coming. Oh, this is
Alan.
Team number 9.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Good afternoon to one and all present here. Today I am live reporting from Koni, Pathanamthitta. Koni and village town known it's for training center situated. Elephant training center situated. Koni is a place in Pathanamthitta district, Kerala. Koni is known for its elephant cages, forest and rubber plantations. Koni is also known as Anakkudinadu. The lush green land has been prominent as a haven to wild elephant and has elephant training center. The large area of thick forest with wild animals made Koni to emerge as another tourist spot for safaris and trekking. Koni features a long stretch to the Achangovil River which joins Pamba. The river is known as for its lush green region. The population is in Koni is 27,850 and the region is comprises with various religion. The people of Koni mainly earn their living from rubber plantation, agriculture and training centers. Little more history on how this training center blossomed and ecotourism. The elephant capturing at Koni traces back to 18th AD. The major elephant capturing location include Mundamudi, Mannarapara. The elephant training cage, which is present now, was built in 1942. The wood of Kambagam was used for this. Presently, the elephant training cage is a major tourist attraction. The details of Koni Elephant Training Center and Training Cage are mentioned in the articles of famous Aidihamala by Sri Kottarathil Shankarnonni. The Adavi Ecotourism Project, part of the third phase of Koni Ecotourism Project, is jointly launched by the Department of Forest and Tourism. The Honly Beautiful Adavi is known for the crackle rafting or the bowl boat riding. These are the place Koni is famous, as our area is full of trees and all, and there is enough availability of fresh air and all. That's all about Koni. Thank you.
But you are not showing any elephant there.
Sir.
Huh? You are
That's,
telling elephants are
little
famous there.
far from
I can't see
home.
anything. Huh?
Little far from home, sir.
That's what I told you. You have
Elephant
to plan. You have to use back end camera. You have to speak with your friend. We need not see your face. You have to see outside only. That is how you have to focus during this type of thing. Okay. I am unable to see any person and even the elephants. You have to showcase to others, no? But it looks nice. Okay, good.
Thank you, sir.
Next team number 10.
Next is Densi.
Jency, okay.
Densi.
Oh.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes.
Sir, am I audible enough?
Yes, audible.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the live reporting done by Team Advocates. From Team Advocates, this is Tensi Soni who's gonna do the live reporting. Today, I would like to do a live reporting from a small village which is located in Idukki district, Amritsar. Okay, as we all know, this is a village which is located near Mona. So, as this Mona, the southern Kashmir, as this place is near Muna, we could see that there are the place is surrounded with lots of hills, mountains, trees, etc. And the climate of this region is also almost same as that of Muna. Here we are having a moderate climate. In morning and all, this place would be surrounded with mist and all. Just think of a situation in which you rise from your sleep and move outside and see your place is covered with mist and small sunrise hits on this mist and reflect. It's an awesome feeling. And here is also, as this place is covered with as this place is fully covered with mountains and all, here is a famous mountain called Petimudi, and which is famous for its tourist spot. In early morning, if we got there, we could see that we would feel that we are just above the clouds and all. So it's an awesome and beautiful feeling. And the people and this village consists of around 700 plus people, and they mainly depend upon agriculture. As we all know that this is a place near Munnar, and the places in Kerala which are having high mountains and all are mainly called as high ranges. And since we are in high range, the climatic condition is very much suitable for the cultivation of spices and all. So the people in this region mainly depends upon the cultivation of spices and all. And the people in this region lives in religious harmony. Here we are having a temple, a mosque, and a church, which are having in almost all the three of them are in almost same compound, with the differences only in the wall. And that's all about the village. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. But I am unable to see any students, any persons moving here and there. Huh? It is
Sir,
very
at
peaceful now.
present, yeah, at present there's no one, since it's afternoon and heavy, hot and all, no one is outside.
Okay, ma, good, nice.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, we'll go to next team 11.
So team 11, nobody has 7 and 8.
Nobody is there. 4 students, no?
Yes, sir.
Nobody is there. What happened? Yes, then team 12.
Team 12, Stefano.
What is his name?
Hello, sir. I would like to show
Stefano.
you all my village. That is.
Yes, good. Looks
Sir,
nice
I'd like
village.
to show you all my village. That is Arlam Gram Panchayat. So this is actually here. It's usually paddy during the rainy season, and if you can see a little bit of water there, that's actually spillway from a nearby dam, that is our Parshi Dam. So, sir, this is a part of the Western Ghats, Kannur district in Kerala. So, this village also comprises of all the Arlam Wildlife Sanctuary and Arlam Farm. Arlam Farm is Asia's largest tribal settlement. So this village basically has a lot, has every kind of population. 80% of its population's income is based on agriculture or other agricultural activities. We have all kinds of agricultural activities, plantations, that is rubber, banana plantations, tapioca, you name it, it's all here. We have Arlam Wildlife Sanctuary, which is home to a lot of butterflies. And if you come after 2 more months, you will be able to go trekking into the forest. It is also home to lots of rivers and streams, which are very beautiful and very, very fun to jump in. The population here is a very secular and very evolved population. We celebrate Christmas, Onam, more like Eid, everything together. All celebrations are held like a family in the center of our town. We actually have everything from basic roads to very good education available in our village. There are CBSE schools, 2 state syllabus schools and 2 aided schools, high schools and higher secondary schools. So I guess that's all, sir.
That's all. But I am unable to see. You have closed your video.
Sorry, sir,
Oh,
because of the glare, I just stopped it.
So which place it is actually located? Kannur?
Kannur district, sir, Kerala.
Kerala, Kannur district. Okay.
Actually,
it seems like a village, but you are saying very nice places, schools are there, everything.
Yes, sir. Actually, everything is there. Most of the population, 80% is dependent upon agriculture, but there are families, at least one person from every family is working abroad, which brings in more revenue and thus more development to our area.
That is how the
also,
GDP
it is nearby. Yes. Also, it is 20 kilometers to the Karnataka-Makuta border. Makuta Ghat.
So definitely I will come to your place. Huh? You are saying trekking also. Huh?
It's actually 30-40 kilometers from here to Murpilanga Driving Beach. It is also one of the largest in India. And we have everything, sir. Everything is here. 30 kilometers to the nearest airport, 40 kilometers to the nearest railway station. Everything is here.
What is the nearest railway station? Nearest railway station?
Actually, there are 2. One is in Talseri and one is in Kannur. Kannur railway station and Talseri railway station, they are actually equidistant.
Okay, nice. First time I'm hearing that place. Huh? So you created a nice interest to come and visit your place. Good, Stephana.
Thank you, sir.
Nice. So the team number 13. Then we'll go for 4.
Yeah, George Zanto.
George Zanto. Yes.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, start.
This is my village. It's in Pudupalli, in Kottayam district, Kerala.
Why you are showing us background? You are not taking to us in live.
So because our village is containment zone, so I didn't.
Okay, I understood.
Okay, very important district. It belongs to South Kerala division. It is located 7 kilometers away from Kottayam district, and headquarters of Kottayam district is 4 kilometers from Pallam. In 148 kilometers from Tirunelveli. Pudupalli is one among very major village in developing towards Kottayam district of Kerala. India has many area can be reached only through Pudupalli. It is a famous one of the ancient Orthodox Church Pudupalli located in this place. It is growing a major town, which is majority of touching Pudupalli. About our culture of our village is that in Hindu convention, the structure of Hindu Mada Parishad is conducted annually during the summer vacation, and also the Pudupalli Ecumenical Fellowship celebrates Christmas every year. in government boys high school, higher secondary school. Many residents gather at this event, and our notable people in our village is that if Umman Chandi is Chief Minister of Kerala, India, and Vattamani is a scholar, author of Indian Puranas, and famous sports in our village is known as native ball play in every year. A ball which made in leather is used. It is generally referred to as a Nadan Pandukali. And festivals of our village is that in around Pudupalli Perunal is a 2-day event marked as the splendor and majesty, and it is celebrated as St. George Church, Orthodox Church, and traditional prayers and rituals are to the in this occasion. And thank you.
Okay, nice. Where it is actually located, George? Pudupalli?
Kottayam.
In Kottayam district. Okay. Good. Now go team number 4.
So team 4, Thomas is not able to do because he's having network issues. So
He's frequently
Rani would be
coming.
doing. Yes, so he's logging in and logging out. He just texted me saying it's not possible to do. So
Or you
Rani would be
could
doing
call
instead of
somebody
Thomas.
from his team.
Yes, Rani is doing. Rani from his team is doing.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Yes.
Welcome to our village tour. So I'm living in Kannur district, Kerala. The proper place name is Arlam district in Kannur. So this place, it's an agricultural area. Mostly people are from following the agriculture occupation here. And you can see one of our finest activity that is known as Kappa. I'll show you that one. So this is, sir, is it visible?
Yes.
Okay. Here you can see this is one of our like traditional activity that is known as kappa water. Here the tapioca, this is a tapioca.
What is
and
that
we'll
name?
be drying it. We'll be tapioca, kappa water.
Oh, Tapat. Okay.
Yes, sir. So this is which is one of the biggest activities. Earlier it was conducted as an conducted as a festival, but now because since many people have moved from agriculture, this is not conducted in such a grand way. But still, this is a great activity. But it is like people from nearby houses come to one common house and do this as a enjoyment. Though it is conducted as agriculture activity, it is like considered as one of the enjoyment too. And see, this is an area with scenic beauty. It is very near to the Arlam Farm Forest area, Arlam Wildlife Sanctuary. It's just 5 to 6 kilometers away from Arlam Wildlife Sanctuary. And this Arlam Farm is one of the greatest Asia's rehabilitation center for the tribals. In the Arlam Farm, you can see the tribal people called as Paniyas, then Kurchias, and those are the most people that we could find. The tribal Adivasi people that we could find in Arlam Farm area. And we have rich diversity of culture here. People here actually the people here in this area where we settle are people who migrated from Kottayam district in Kerala in the late 1940s, 1950s. So here usually we have Christian people who have migrated from Kottayam district, Pala, such places. And this area we have church nearby, which is St. Mary's Foreign Church, which is also a pilgrimage center. And we have Mundayambarambu Sri Bhagavad Temple, which is very famous for its Kori Vettu Perunal. And we have many different culture and variety of scenic beauties. We have Meenmutti Vellachatam, that is waterfalls, which is also around 5 to 6 kilometers from here. And we are in the border of Karnataka. And we have from here around 10 to 12 kilometers away, we have Barapal solar project, which is one of the largest solar project under electricity, KSCB Electricity Board of India. And that's also near to us. And we have airport near to us within 20 to 30 kilometers. We have airport, we have railway stations near to us. So our land is, I request all, I wish everybody to come and visit our place and enjoy our scenic beauty.
Okay. Good. What is the nearest airport?
Sir, Mattanur. Kannur Airport, Mattanur.
Kannur Airport. Okay. Or newly
Yes, sir.
constructed airport.
Yes, sir.
Okay, nice to see your place. But I can't see anybody there in person. Now they are all.
Sir,
Are
sir, it's like I am in a. Sir, we have people. I have showed you.
Oh,
Yes, sir. Sir, can you see?
some sound is coming.
Yes, sir. They are.
Okay, okay.
We
What
can't
they are
see, sir.
doing?
Sir, that is what I told about
Yes, you told
copper
something.
water.
Now
They are
what is the
doing that.
process? They are making
Kappa water.
kappa what? They are
Sir,
making.
they are like. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, nice.
It's
But
getting
actually, I'll
boiled.
tell more about that. In our area, also, this thing is there, wherein people are
Okay.
like, they do agriculture for their life. So when tapioca is cultivated, they do it in a very large number, like in acres, they do it. And when it's time for harvest, they take it, and then all together, they can't consume it, and it will perish. So what they do is, in big utensils, they boil this tapioca, and then they dry it. So once it is dried, it can be stored for however long they need it. And again, when they want to eat it, they will again soak it in water and then turn it into another dish which can be used. So that was the boiling process that was being done over there. Even at our house, we do this. Even last week, we did this.
Oh, nice. Then I will come to your house and have.
Sure, sir. Sir.
Nice. So that is the cultural diversity.
Yes, sir.
What
Yes,
Even
we
my
sir.
are
mom was
Kerala, we
saying.
have so much beautiful cultures.
So my
We
mom
can
was telling
visit.
me when in her childhood and all, they used to do it in like very large amounts. But now it's like so less. People don't do this and
Yes,
all.
sir. It's conducted as a festival.
Oh, big festival there. Good.
Yes,
Like
sir.
in
Like
those
many
days,
houses from the nearby area comes and then do it.
in those days, this was the only way how people used to live. So once the time was there, all the people over there would come and work as a group, and they would also get a part of this. And this was how they used to live for the upcoming months. So it was a very big festival kind of thing, and like olden days. Now it's not a big deal.
Okay, but good. So all the teams did it. Any team left behind?
Yes, sir.
Good.